John Paul Moran here from Go USA here at CPAC 2023. I'm here with the great Chris Ryan. Chris, thank you for joining me today. And can you tell the audience where you're from and what you do? I know who you are, but can you tell everybody else?
Yeah, I'm Chris Ryan. I'm chairman of Western Massachusetts GOP Patriots Political Action Committee. You probably already get our emails. Many of you do. Our email list is about 50,000 with about 15,000 subscribed. So check your spam folders, please.
Yes, yeah, always check that because the Google universe tries to spam out anything that's conservative. So I've known you for a while, Chris. I appreciate the work you do for the American Freedom Movement, and we're nonpartisan. I put that right out, but we are for liberty, freedom, the Constitution, and the will of the people, and that aligns with American First agenda. So that's American First people do much better on our scoring system. So tell us more about what you're doing for particularly the state party in Massachusetts, the Republican State Committee.
Well, we're going to take over the Massachusetts Republican State Committee. Many of you know that Jim Lyons lost by 3 votes on January 31st. So we're going to respond. We're the counteroffensive, and let me introduce you to Operation RHINO-Cutters Project right here. Our website will be live in about a week. This is a unified command structure. We have a headquarters in Worcester. We have a dedicated staff. We like to call them generals. And we're going to be data-based. We expect to be outraised by 5 or 10 to 1 by, if I may, this is a military operation, by the enemy. So we're targeting 37 progressive Democrat Socialist infiltrators that are on the state committee for defeat. And they get elected to 4-year terms every Super Tuesday presidential primary, the next being on March 5th, 2024.
Wow. So you have a lot of work ahead of you because it looks like you're going to be outraised, but you can, money doesn't.
That's right.
It doesn't take you look at, and we often use the analogy of rotten tomatoes when it comes to our scoring system, like the rotten tomatoes of politics. And you can have all of the money you want, but when you have a bad movie and it's got a 20 score out of 100 from the audience scale, you're not going to. All the money in the world isn't going to save you. And the same idea, money is important, but strategy is more important.
Yeah, I mean, one of our secret weapons is candidate quality. We've recruited most of the candidates for the targeted seats. We still have a few more seats we have to fill, but our candidate quality is superb. It really is. They are ideologically driven, whereas our opponents are mostly driven by ego and money. Money is important to our enemies because you're exempt from OCPF campaign finance reporting requirements. You can pocket whatever it is you get from the Baker Super PAC or from Washington or from Amy Carnevale's friends. So we know this. We already know they're going to out-fundraise us, but we're not going to be defeated because we don't have as much money as them. We're going to get money. And so that's how we're going to win. It's going to be a data-based campaign.
All right, great. I mean, it sounds like you have a very organized plan. And can you just say, what's a couple things that differentiate your movement and the people that you're supporting from, say, people that are considered the other side or the enemy? What do you think is the main difference that people watching should know?
One of the big problems with the state committee right now, there's about 20, give or take, state employees that are on the state committee. And you may not know this, but if you're a state or municipal employee in Massachusetts, it's illegal for you to actively campaign fundraise for Republican candidates or causes. You can't do that because of the state's conflict of interest law. So why are they even on the state committee if they can't fundraise for Republican candidates or causes? It makes no sense. So none of our candidates we vet them. None of them are state and municipal employees. So that we lift that block off their actions. And like I said before, we're motivated by ideology, not by our ego. That's the other problem. Many people are on the state committee just to assuage their egos, and then they don't do anything. And I'm sure you're full of stories of your state committee members not being anywhere when you were getting signatures for ballot initiatives or you were doing events, right?
Yeah, when I ran for Congress, I didn't get a lot of support at all from most of the state committee. Now, I would make an exception for the great Tony Ventresca in my district. He did step up to the plate. He was awesome. He worked hard. He had fundraisers. But I didn't see it from really the rest of the delegation, most of the rest of the delegation. So I know that there's a problem. It's like you either, our view is you either fight or you fund or freedom lost. It's fight, fund, or don't complain when you lose your freedoms.
We would be happy if the state committee members would just do something in your lane. We love Tony, by the way. He's on our safe list. Just to be clear, we're not running against people. We've identified the incumbents on the state committee that support President Trump's America First agenda. And even if they happen to be Ron DeSantis supporters, we're not going to go after them. We're going after the people who don't do anything and who conspire with Democrat Socialist candidates. There's about 10 that we know of right now of our targets that public record shows they've donated money to Democrat Socialist candidates in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
It's unbelievable. That's just unbelievable. But then again, it's believable because we're in, I jokingly say Massachusetts, but that we have to change it from Massachusetts back to Massachusetts. So I would like to ask you then, before we go, I would like to put it out to your viewers. We're looking for people as well at Go USA to rate politicians, not so much the state committee, because right now we can only focus on what we can handle right now, which is the federal and state, our federal employees, Senate, House, the president, his staff, his cabinet, 25 in his cabinet, and 3 top races in every state, which is AG, Secretary of State, and Governor, which is 708 people. It's a lot. So we're asking people to join the force, the special agent force. Like you have a military operation, we have a little more of a spy operation. They're like 007s.
We employ that in our strategy. Right now, when I released early, it was because we wanted to create a psychological fear campaign, a PSYOPs campaign. We know that many of our targets are running scared right now because they want to avoid embarrassment from their pending defeats. And we're going to defeat just about all of you. We'll probably lose a handful of seats. There's a couple of big names. They're going to get big money. But our mission is this. I'll be really quick. Resume operational control of the Massachusetts Republican Party on Super Tuesday. And our end state, I'm going to use military terminology, our end state is the total decapitation of the enemy's entire political leadership infrastructure en masse on Super Tuesday, comma, any survivors will be politically damaged beyond repair. Now you know the mission and you know the end state. And we're going to work with you. I'm going to make sure that our candidates can help you and become your assets on the ground and help you rate candidates. I can't think of a better group of people to supply you with information. And maybe perhaps, since we're talking about March 2024, maybe you can rate, maybe Go USA can rate our opponents on scores of liberty. So
it's possible. We have a rating system that's geared more for the federal and the larger statewide level, the way they're organized, but it is still on principle. It would still be pretty relevant. So anybody can take the OpScore survey. So that's the first place they can start, no matter what. They can take the survey.
Our candidates will be instructed to take your op survey.
Okay, please. That would be great, because it will show where they stand on the Constitution and the will of the people.
We have all the state committees' emails. When you're ready, you might have them as well. When you're ready, we'll give you that list, and when the time comes, you can have them sign up. We'll instruct our people to participate, all of them. I give you that guarantee.
Okay, Chris. Thanks for all you're doing, brother. Have a great trip here at CPAC. We have 2 more days to go. A lot more fun, and we have to save America, right?
Yeah, and
save America.
One last thing. Don Jr., an hour ago, I told him that I'm running the Trump campaign unofficially from Massachusetts, and he told me, go for it. You have our permission, because nobody else is going to do it. The party can't do anything until the conventions are over. We're already running the Trump campaign.
Great. All right. Well, thank you, Chris. Thanks for coming. Great seeing you again, brother.
Make America great again. Keep America great. Save Massachusetts. Until we meet again. Bye-bye.